I want to be the dumbest person in the room. And so should you. If you are the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room.
Welcome to Becoming Epic, the podcast for the ones who were counted out, the ones who've been knocked down more times than they can count, but still get back up one more time. This isn't for the perfect. This is for the underdogs, the misfits with big hearts, the ones chasing purpose, not permission. Here, we don't just talk about success. We talk about grit, discipline, heart. We talk about the courage it takes to rebuild yourself when no one is clapping. Because becoming epic, it's not a destination. It's a decision made daily. So if you're tired of the average, the excuses, the same old story, you're in the right place. I'm your host, Adam Berezowsky, and this is Becoming Epic. Let's wake the warrior in you, and let's fucking go.
Welcome back to Becoming Epic Podcast. My name is Adam Berezowsky, and I don't know why I'm pointing at you, but I'm excited to be here this week. So this week, I want to talk about basically everything you've been working towards this whole year. So the last 3 months are probably the hardest months of the year when it comes down to holidays and celebrations and whatever, starting with, Halloween, Thanksgiving, into Christmas and Hanukkah and whatever else you celebrate. And so I want to talk about the stress levels that cause you to then fall off the patterns that you generally have for the rest of the year. And so I want to start something new because I want people to start celebrating differently, because I don't understand why when we go to celebrate something specific, we either do it with food or alcohol. And to me, that makes no sense, because it's like, cool, you just accomplished this goal, so I'm going to go hurt my body as a reward for doing something good. Okay, so to me, it doesn't make sense. I started doing something a little bit different for my birthday. So instead of going out and drinking and eating and doing all this fun stuff, I started running my miles in years. Yet I'm a runner. I don't expect everybody to do that. But doing things differently in order to celebrate. And a couple episodes ago, I had Vita on, which she talked about during the holiday season. And I believe the stats are there. I honestly didn't look them up, and I wouldn't be surprised if the majority of health issues when it comes down to heart attack and stress-induced stuff happen at the last 3 months of the year, just due to the stress of the holidays and family and, having to cook and clean and do all this stuff to have this insane experience. And so I want to start having people think about ways to celebrate that really go in line with your goals, because there's no reason why you should take 3 months off of the 12 months of the year in order to have fun, relax, vacation, do whatever, because you're working towards this new lifestyle. And I think that's where so many people fall off the bandwagon, is when they're like, oh, okay, I got this vacation. I'm going to work towards this vacation. I went on it, and then I just let loose. And then it just came back home with you. And then you're letting loose, just fall back into those old habits. And so I talk about it so much when it comes down to we need to develop the habits that are foolproof, right? Because the way that you are eating are foolproof, but they got you into a position where you don't want to be. So there should be no reason or no excuse why that the last 3 months of the year, you have to get ready for the new year in order to start all over again. Because to me, that doesn't make any sense. I'm going to make some new shirts because somebody had a great idea. It said, Happy New Year. No, because I always say Happy New Week, because it's like celebrating the new year of the new week. And so that's the way you should look at it. You shouldn't wait until the new year, or you had a bad moment and you fell off the wagon, and among all these other things that you just have to okay, I'm just going to let loose for the 3 months. And within a 3 month period, you could do significant damage from the 8, 9, 10. So 9 previous months of work that you have worked on if you've been on a journey. And so, I'm just tired of people celebrating like that. There's no reason to hurt our bodies and hurt for a short term, good tasting food. Why can't we go out for a walk? Why can't we go out for a hike? Why can't we do these things that reward that specific goal? It's cool, you graduated college. Let's go out. Let's go celebrate with the family. It's why not have a barbecue? Why not cook at home? Why not cook healthy food? Why does it always have to be around poor food? And it's like our society is just built like that. And it just drives me bonkers because like if you truly had to go hunt and gather for your food, there's no way in heck you're going to be eating processed foods, feeling like crap, gaining all this weight if you're going to have to go out and hunt for your foods. I understand we don't have to do that anymore, but like I wish that life would just like happen to go back to that, because definitely only the strong will survive. And so this time of year, it's like, I don't know, like I like celebrating with my family. You know, I like seeing family that comes into town or we go out of town or whatever, you know, but it's like, I always make sure, especially over the last 20 years I've been on my journey, is the fact that like I set myself up to go work out every day. I go for a run, I go for hikes, I do whatever I can, especially because it's cool to see other parts of cities that you wouldn't normally go to, or you bypass, if you are going to eat bad, go out and exercise before. So you don't do as much damage going forward that you just like completely fall off. And so I hope this resonates with a lot of people, because it's like, I can't tell you how many conversations I have had with people over the years. It's just like, oh, like I got married, I hit that goal, you know, and then it just stops. You know, you've developed however many years that you've been alive of bad habits that got you into a position that you just don't want to be in. So it's like, it's not going to take a year, 2 years, 3 years to break every single one of those poor habits. And you just have to keep getting 1% better every single day. So again, even if you get one workout in within that week or 2 workouts in within the week of the holiday or whatever it is that you have to do, like, so be it. Go out for a walk, go out for a hike. It doesn't have to be strenuous. Just move. I mean, that is the key aspect of life. Our bodies are meant to move. They are machines. And if you look around, especially in our society, a lot of our bodies are not capable of moving. And so, yeah, I don't know why I've just been feeling about this. I'm kind of on a rant, but, you know, I go through it day to day to day of talking with the people with the same kind of issues and the same, I guess, relationships with food and the same relationships with celebrations and the same relationship that if I go out on a Friday night, like I have to drink or whatever that vice may be. And I'm not alcohol. I drink every once in a while, but I go out because I want to. I don't go out because I'm celebrating something specific to then go out and like reward myself by damaging my body. And there's a very select few people that can go out and do all that stuff and get up the next day and run 20, 30, 5, 10, 20 miles, whatever it may be. But not all of us are superhuman like that. And so, yeah. So what do you want to change about this time of year that can set you up for continued success instead of either stagnant or continue to rise? Because you shouldn't have to drop down into that valley of like, oh, it's the holidays. It's that time of year where I gain all that weight. Well, that's just not okay for it to be normal anymore. And so again, our God-forsaken right is to take care of our health because it's our body, it's our life, and that's literally our only job. And so I want you to think about the things that can change, whether you go join the gym or show up to your workouts or go out for hikes, or even take the family that doesn't go out and go out for a walk, a morning walk prior to the festivities or the things that you're going to be doing. But then just follow through. You know, it's like we talk about this magic pill. We wish we had one. Well, you do. You just have to practice training that muscle because it's discipline. You know, if you do not have that discipline, then yes, it's going to get away. It's going to happen. I mean, I have gained and lost, I say, over the course of the last like 5 years, maybe 5 to 8 pounds, maybe, because it's like, yes, there are times where it's like lulls in my training where it's like I need to like let my body rest. And then I go ramp back up and it comes right off. And so it's like, you got to get to that point where you are, no matter what it is that you're doing, you're working towards becoming better, and it should just be your habit. Like, I don't know why, like, again, people think that just exercising or just accomplishing that short-term goal is going to get you there and it's going to change your life. And so I'm excited because I just announced this really cool thing at my gym where we're giving away a 1-year scholarship to my facility. So a local person, you have to apply for it. You have to tell us why you feel like you deserve something like this, because it's my job to help you create discipline. I mean, really, the exercise component is there, the nutrition component is there, but if you don't develop the discipline to keep it, like that year is going to fly by. You're going to see insane results, but then if you fall back into that old habit of what you were doing to get you in that position in the first place, like That does not make sense. And so the discipline is what we need, especially during this time when those sweets are on the table. And I'm a sweetaholic. If sugar is everybody's drug, I wouldn't say it's just my drug, but it's everybody's drug. And so, but if you continue to like build that muscle over and over and over again, and say during the week, you said yes 5 times to eating crappy, and then how many days? And then 3 days of saying no. Maybe that next week you do 4 days of saying no to eating crappy, and then 4 days of saying yes. And then you slowly have more days of you doing better than you don't. You don't. I don't even know if that makes any sense. Well, I hope it was clear to you. It was clear in my head. Sometimes my thoughts don't fully compute before they come out. And so, yeah, I have a bunch of great stories coming up. There's a lot of great people in and around my network. If you have a great story, I would love to share it. It's not just the people in my local, community. I get an outreach of people that have struggled, that have found light in an active lifestyle and taking this lifestyle and really making it a part of their life. Like the celebrations, just everything. Everything has to do with becoming better. And so that's the people I want to be around, because the power of proximity is so important. And so I want to grasp onto the people that are continuing to grow, because I want to be the dumbest person in the room. And so should you. If you are the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room, because there ain't more growing. There isn't more growing for you. If that's the case. And so, I'm just blabbing on now. Let's not do too much damage or any damage through this holiday season. Let's de-stress. This is the time when you do take time off of work or do take time off of your scheduled life to be able to hang out and celebrate. But let's celebrate living. Let's not celebrate doing damage to our bodies. Like that's just a thing of the past. Like now's the time to take control. And if you are that person that just continues to go through this yo-yoing, like you have the power, and I believe in you that you're capable of doing it. And you just need the right tools and systems in order to make that happen. So I love you. I'm excited to be here. It's a short one this week, and I'll see you next week. Peace.
That's it for today's episode of Becoming Epic. If something stirred in you today, don't let it fade. Take one step, one rep, one bold move. You're not here to play small. You're here to rise, rebuild, and become who you were born to be. Remember, average is easy, epic is earned, and the only way out is through. I believe in you, but it's time you believe in you. Subscribe, share, join the movement, and I'll see you in the next one. Now, go be epic.